Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode, I think it's 145, might be 146. I don't know. I'm on vacation. I'm in Turks and Caicos, so I can't keep track of the number of episodes, but I'm here. It's going to be quick because I'm on vacation, like I said, with a baby at the beach. So, Aidan, I know you don't know a lot about that, but leaving your wife at the beach with a baby for a long time is a no-no.
I know all about the beach. I don't know anything about babies or wives. So I kind of have the best of both worlds where the vacation is when I have the most time. I could record every day if I wanted to because all I have to do is sit on the beach and drink Coronas like you have right there.
Let's now just add sunscreen for the babies, feeding the babies, pooping, those kind of things. Just add all that together, and then that's your vacation with the
Oh,
wind.
well, here's the thing. I do know, look at me. I know a whole lot about remembering sunscreen. So that I have
Yeah,
plenty of experience
yeah,
with.
you do.
I'm sure my kids will have
All
plenty of
right, so
experience too.
yeah. So first thing, hello. There's my mother-in-law walking with a drink back to the room. But so first thing, what I've learned here in Turks and Caicos is they love football. I've met Dolphins fans, I've met Broncos fans, all that live here on the island. Very strange. Did not know. I thought they were big soccer people, they are big basketball people. But football, NFL is their number one sport to watch and enjoy and consume. So, actually ran into someone who pointed me out on the beach saying, "You have a TikTok, so make sure you follow the Birds vs. Boys TikTok because we are live even in Turks and Caicos." So, Aidan, I'm going to be quick with this, but the Cowboys, since we last recorded, Eagles won,
Yes.
locked up the bye, first
Thank
round.
God.
Congratulations to you. You don't have to play this weekend. Dallas Cowboys looked possibly the worst they've looked all season. If you're a Cowboys fan like me, you kind of expected that, right? Rookie quarterback Sam Howell. I was like, here we go, and they just didn't show up, right? I don't know how much you watched of that game.
Not a lot, but I've seen and heard since, and I was kind of worried about their motivation levels to begin with, knowing they had a good sense that the Eagles starters might be able to handle the Giants backups, and thus ending their chance at winning the division. But it
I
was
mean,
definitely was sloppy. I mean, it wasn't crisp in any sense.
motivation is one thing, but Dak Prescott being 10 of 30 at one point, like that's beyond motivation. That's just
It
shit.
was, yeah. I was about to say it was like. So I don't really subscribe to the whole momentum thing. I think when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, like that just wasn't a thing. Like we played the starters for 2 series at the last week of the season. The week before on Christmas, we barely beat the Raiders. Like it was bad. Like we weren't playing our best football by the end with a backup quarterback. But you're right. Like it was so bad. Like it was didn't they set a record for the amount of 3-and-outs that they had?
Yep. And like the defense just looked terrible. That left new CB2 position since Anthony Brown got hurt has been a complete disaster. No other team has let up more 20 plus plays than the Cowboys in their cornerback two position since Anthony Brown going down. We now saw that Traylon Mullen, who they picked up on the waiver wire, he's not the answer because he was getting beat like a drum, whether he was in press, whether he was off. Receivers were just getting by him all day. So Cowboys are going to have to figure that out and figure that out real quick because Tom Brady's coming fast and furious Monday night.
Well, here's the thing. The best part about it is at least Tom Brady only throws it like 4 yards to his check down at this point to his running back. So you don't even have to worry about the deep shots. So
Yeah, until he played Carolina end of the season, and all of a sudden, Mike Evans had 700 yards receiving. So like that's what I envision. Why would a GOAT like Tom Brady not test that bad cornerback position? I feel like that is going to be his go-to all day long.
yes, and I hate to keep bringing up the Eagles Super Bowl, but that's just the easiest example for this show. If you remember, they started the second half, and they were just like, all right, we're just going to throw it to Gronk. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
another classic example of that. I don't remember if you remember the Steelers-Patriots game. Might have even been that same year around that time frame when Gronk was in his prime, and Brady just targeted him all the way down the field. He didn't throw it to anybody else. So I can very much see a veteran Tom Brady just being like, I am throwing it to Godwin or Mike Evans or whoever gets stuck on CB2, and I'm just going to bully the cornerback 2 position,
Just,
which is
I
how
mean,
Tom Brady's so good is he takes advantage of matchups.
100%. Look out there, find Trayvon Diggs. Okay, I'm not throwing there. Even find the rookie Deron Bland. Okay, I'm not throwing there. Whoever's out there, is it Nashawn Wright? Is it? I mean, now they're saying Xavier Rhodes is going to start, who they
What year
just
is it?
signed to the practice squad. Like they have Yeah, exactly. They now have Xavier Rhodes, Alexander McKinney, Madison. Excuse me. Both cornerbacks. The amount of like old the Tack McKinley, uh, Antonio Callaway, the amount of guys from like 2012 that they now have on their team, they would be all stars 11 years ago. They would be winning the Super Bowl. But now it's like, okay, we don't have an answer, so we're just throwing old all pros at the, let's see who can anyone stick, because no one's sticking.
Yeah, they're just throwing washed up veterans at the fans, seeing what's gonna stick at the wall and see what sticks.
Can you stop a pass? Maybe. Maybe I could play.
I think it's just one of those stopgap things where they're just like, we'll try to figure it out. The one thing I was gonna ask a question if Deron Bland could play the CB2 position, but I don't think you would even want him to in this situation because Chris Godwin spends a lot of the time in the slot. I'm assuming Bland will just be following him.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's been talk about that. I believe they think he can play out there, but it's also the thing, like, he's a rookie, right? And he's been so, I don't want to say dominant, but succeeding very well in the slot position. Why are you going to take that away? Like, at least you're good there. Keep it good there. So
Yeah.
I think it's an option, but I think it's an option that they don't want to try and test, even though, like I said, it's Xavier Rhodes, Boss Ben Fat, Traylon Mullen, Alexander Madison, me. I mean, I think the flight to Tampa from Turks is only like an hour and 45, maybe 2 hours. So, I mean, I can easily be there and play.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't know where Turks and Caicos was. I'm too poor to even know where that was. We literally had to look it up on a map. I think we were in the group text. Also, This whole Rocky Mountains thing, no clue. I'm so glad that other people didn't know where the Rocky Mountains extended to. Your scenery is all time. When you just take a picture of that and then just use it when you come back, and we'll just use that as like your screensaver behind it.
So I keep saying we're at this resort. There's like no one here. I keep saying this is a movie set. I don't think it's real. There's no one at the pool right now. Oh, there's 2 people sitting in lounge chairs. That's it.
Maybe you're like in one of those
like
weird simulations.
I was in the pool yesterday, and it's literally, I think it's a movie set. There's people on the beach. The beach is packed. I would bring you down there if the Wi-Fi usually works down there. My phone got wet apparently. We rented a boat yesterday, and then it wasn't charging, so I had it in right. We've had a great time, a lot of drinking. But back to the Cowboys. The other things that scare, like, this game terrifies me, Aidan. Like, you know me, that I'm usually the pessimistic Cowboys fan, but tell me I'm wrong here, that this is not setting up perfectly. It's setting up perfectly, Aidan. I mean, the Cowboys are not good. Everybody's saying, Tom Brady's done. He's washed. Tampa's done. Cowboys always do this. The Cowboys are a 3-point favorite in Tampa. Tom Brady is a 3-point home dog in the playoffs. He's going to fucking go wild.
So it's almost too perfect. The fact that you guys are Monday Night Football, it's the entire country's going to be watching. It's an isolated game. We know how it's Tom Brady versus a team that's never beaten Tom Brady, that has a bunch of other playoff failures on top of their resume, on top of the fact that they haven't beaten him. It's like setting up too perfectly for failure. Every talk show is like, what's wrong with Dak? Is he the worst quarterback since Johnny Manziel? Like, it's too much. It's getting to the point where a team that won 12 games absolutely blew the doors off the Vikings, who were the 3 seed just a month ago, a little over a month ago, are now becoming this team that should just be like, oh, who's picking first? The Texans, the Bears, and the Cowboys. Like, it's gone too far. We've gone too far to the extreme.
Yeah.
And it's to this point, like, I'm like, guys, there is a reason that the Buccaneers only won 8 games. Listen. I'm going to be rooting my
Yeah.
ass off for the Buccaneers, which will backfire probably in a week on me. But still, it's almost gone too far.
So I agree that there's a reason the Bucs only won 8 games, and I think that's a lot of that is injury. I mean, Chris Godwin was coming off the injury. He wasn't fully rounded into shape. Their offensive line was in shambles. They lost Vita Vea for a while. Logan Ryan was out. Guess what? Almost all of them are coming back. I mean,
True.
this could not be the worst time ever to have your center hurt when you're going against Vita Vea. Either the Cowboys are going to have their starting center coming off a high ankle sprain in 3 weeks going against Vita Vea, or they're going to be having a guy who's played center twice in the NFL going against Vita Vea.
I wouldn't trust a perfectly healthy center against Vita Vea.
No, I don't like Jason Kelsey against Vita Vea. Like it's just he's an animal. So that's a disaster. Logan Ryan's back. We know the Cowboys' weaknesses in the pass game, right? Besides CeeDee Lamb, like Michael Gallup can't get separation right now. Noah Brown can't get separation. They're relying on again another, I don't want to say washed up veteran, but older veteran in T.Y. Hilton to be like all of a sudden that 1A option. So if CeeDee Lamb gets shut down, and I believe that amen. What I believe that the defensive scheme is going to be for the Bucs in this game is choke out the Cowboys' run, which we've seen is very possible in big games, right? I feel like a stat line is going to be like Zeke's going to touch it 17 times for 32 yards, and Pollard's going to touch it for 14 times for, 24 yards. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's why they lost. Because Dak had to throw it 47 times.
I think it would be very reminiscent of, remember, not the season opener this year, but the season opener last year. Remember how they kind of used Zeke as a blocker and kind of just passed it the entire way down the field? I feel like they might turn into that, but this year they don't want it to be that. Last year they were comfortable with doing that, and they were able to move the ball and score, and it would have been fine if you guys had a kicker who could put anything between the uprights, and they probably would have won that game. But this year I feel like it's more like you're not trying to do that. The playoffs are a chess match more than anything of like, this is your weakness, here are our strengths, where do we balance out, what do we attack? You see that so often where you're just finding the attack point. And I feel like that'll probably be the case where it's just like, all right, aside from CeeDee Lamb, who can help us? And then aside from Trayvon Diggs, who can shut anybody down?
And you're speaking of finding the weaknesses and the game plan and tactics and strategies. That's another thing right now that's terrifying me because Kellen Moore is going to be interviewing for the Panthers head coaching job. We know now that the Broncos, again, are all over him, which we thought were going to hire him right now. I know that we're all in on the playoff game. I'm doing my job now. But you have an opportunity to become a head coach in the NFL. I think you're going to be putting a lot into that process.
True, but they have to look at it with this mindset. They have zero chance at that job with a super genius, boy wonder coach like Jonathan Gannon out there, who is the hot name, who will absolutely get a job because he has never screwed up in his entire life as a coach. So your guys have no chance if Gannon's name is in there.
Good. He's actually Jonathan Gannon's so good. He's going to be the head coach of 2 NFL teams at the same time.
Yes. I would love to see them play each other. The completion percentages would be 84 and 92.
It would actually be like that Cowboys Bucs opening game last year where it was just like teams just airing it out both ways.
Down the field. Yeah, it was a 7-on-7 offensive line. We're like, yeah, you guys want us to do anything? No? Okay.
No, we're good. So it's just, I don't know. I'm terrible. First, I hated that it's Monday night. When the schedule came out I saw that the next morning because I hate it. I'm old. I don't like. I'm over night games. Like I don't want to be up till midnight and then be miserable the rest of the night and then back to work. It's just no. But I hate everything about. I have listen to this, Aidan. You actually saw the biggest win of your life against Tom Brady. I've never seen a win against Tom Brady in my life for my team ever. So, I mean, I cross my fingers and hope for the best. I guess that's all I can do. But like, I don't know, the X's and O's. I just don't see it right now. Like I said, the Bucs are rounding into form health wise. Those receivers, I know that Trayvon Diggs likes to go against big bodied receivers more than the small shifty speed guys. So like a Mike Evans type of matchup works better from him. But like you said, it's like, okay, Chris Godwin. Yeah, Deron Bland's there, but again, this is his first start in the playoffs as a rookie. So they always say the game speeds up a little bit more in the playoffs. It's a little bit different. You're also going against Tom Brady. So he wasn't a starter week 1 when the Cowboys played Tom Brady. So he didn't play in that game. I also like playoff Lenny. The Cowboys run game or run defense has not been great, but they should be getting Jonathan Hankins back. They should be getting Leighton Vander Esch back. That should help the run game. But at the same time, in big spots, we know what the Cowboys run defense does. And all of a sudden, Leonard Fournette turns into the Hulk in the playoffs. So I don't have much faith. When I saw the line that the Cowboys were favorites, I hated it. I hated every second of it. I hope that line completely shifts and all of a sudden Tampa becomes a 7-point favorite. I know everybody's going to say, well, Vegas knows. Yeah, Vegas also knows that idiots like to bet on the Cowboys, and Cowboys fan base are idiots, and they will put as much money as possible on the Cowboys. So if they're favorites, they're going to make a lot of money.
I try to get you off the negativity a lot of times, but this time it was just like I agreed with it too much. It's the perfect. I know it's the perfect storm. It's playing against Brady in the playoffs. It's being on the road. It's the Bucs finally getting healthy. They haven't been healthy. I don't know if you remember. Didn't their center, if I remember correctly, multiple people got injured on the first day of training camp? Like it was the first day. And then a few days after that, Tom Brady was like, you know what? I'm going to take some time off. I'm going on vacation. Like they haven't been together as a team all year. Now they finally start to be that way.
Brady was here. Brady was like, I'm going here for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, he would have been. You'd have been like, "Oh, who's down by the pool? Tom Brady." So I think in this sense, yes.
How are you? I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, Tom. I thought you were supposed to be at work. Oh well. But can I say multiple things on a positive note before we get out of here? Like, if you could look at positives for the Cowboys. One, I think the criticism of Dak Prescott has become, like I said before, just like with the Cowboys, too extreme. He's not a bad quarterback. One, he can hold his own in a game like this. He will. Two, Todd Bowles. Is he a proven commodity in the playoffs? Probably not. I don't know if I trust the Bucs coaching staff. There are certain things about the Bucs that I do not trust. So I don't think it's
because you
crazy.
trust Mike McCarthy so much.
I don't either. It's a stoppable force meets a movable object. I might though. I might trust him more than Todd Bowles.
Okay.
I think that says more about Todd Bowles.
I think you're just doing this because you're scared of playing the Bucs and you'd rather play the Cowboys.
I would rather play the Bucs. I'd rather play anybody with the Cowboys.
You would? Okay.
Yes. The matchup-wise, I genuinely believe that the Eagles could beat the Cowboys. It's the psychological torture of that whole week, just like the thoughts of losing to the Cowboys would torture me. Just like you getting to your first NFC championship in my lifetime by beating us at home as we are the 1 seed. I could not handle that situation. So I'd rather play the Bucs. Also, just real quick.
I could handle that.
Yeah, you're playing with house money at that point.
All right. Yep.
I was just going to ask one quick question from me, and then your final thoughts on the game. The other two wild card games, because we're talking about who the Eagles could play. Do you think the Giants or Seahawks have any chance of winning their matchups?
All right, so I'm not going to lie. I'm on vacation. Giants are playing the Vikings, and the Seahawks are playing who?
Yeah, the 49ers.
I said no attention.
I want that to be the teaser video.
No.
We're locked in.
had no idea. I got here and I tried to watch the games on Sunday, and they were blacked out on my TV, so I couldn't even watch. No, I think maybe the Giants. The Giants played well. We talked to Lance Meadow about that. I mean, they played well against. Maybe they could keep it a game. I think before drop the Seahawks. Are you there?
It cut out. Sorry.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
No, I think the 49ers are going to drop the Seahawks. But my final thoughts on I honestly think the Cowboys are going to be lucky if they score 2 touchdowns in this game. I think this is like a 13-point. I think it's like a 27-13 win for the Tampa Bay Bucs. I really do. I think they're going to choke out the run. I think they're going to suffocate Zeke. They're going to try and contain Pollard. That's going to force Dak into throwing the ball 47 times, and these receivers just aren't going to be able to get it done. So I hope I'm wrong, but I've seen this too many times. But I also think that you and I should do another teaser video Sunday, have it drop Sunday, Monday, leading into the Monday night game since you don't have one, and also because my arm is very tired.
All right, I'm down with that. We'll see if your mindset changes before then. I definitely I have some thoughts, but I don't know which way I'm leaning yet. So by Sunday, I will definitely have it. I have my Vontae Mack no matter what card played, where I think I know how this game goes. I'll keep it for Sunday. In the meantime, Kevin, enjoy vacation.
Hold on. You see that right there? Hold on. You see that is my little baby in the water, actually, right there.